If you've clicked this video, it's clear that you want to start a YouTube channel in 2024, but you don't really know how. That's great, because in this video, I'll show you a simple and easy strategy that's going to get you monetized within a few months. But this is only if you're willing to put some time and effort in. I'm 100% sure that if you copy the steps in this video and remain extremely consistent, then you'll be making money on YouTube faster than you know. In this video, I'll show you guys exactly how to make a channel, script, generate, edit, and finally upload viral content in the horror niche. This is one of my longer videos, so strap in and let's get ready to work. Let's first start by looking at some competitors. Firstly, the biggest channel in this niche is called Lighthouse Horror. As you can see, they have over 823,000 subscribers, and each of their videos is getting thousands of long-form views. If we look further into this channel, we can also see that this channel has been going for some years now, and in that time, they've got over 111 million views. So with an RPM of 3 to 4, this channel will have made close to $500,000 in its lifetime. These are genuinely mind-blowing numbers, and hopefully we can reach them one day. The second competitor that we'll look at is this one called Fascinating Horror. They have over 1.2 million subscribers, with each of their videos getting hundreds of thousands of views. If we hit the more section of this channel, we can see that they have gotten over 200 million views in a shorter time than the first competitor. Now, you may be wondering if this competition is too much. Let me show you why it isn't. Due to horror being one of the biggest niches in the world, there's actually so much search volume that we can easily start a channel and begin climbing the rankings, especially if our content is very good, which it will be by the end of this video. Alright, we've talked about the competition and the niche. Let's now start creating a channel and our first video. In this video's description, I've left you guys a Google Doc full of everything that we're going to use. It's completely free, so go to it, and I recommend opening all the links. The first thing we need to do is to create our YouTube account. Now, we obviously need a name and a profile picture. To get our name, head to this site called namelix.com. Once you're on here, I'm going to type in horror as our keyword. With that in place, I'll hit generate. On the next page, we'll be prompted to pick a name style. There's many to choose from. However, I'm just going to go with this auto option as it'll give us lots of variety. I'll fast forward through a few more options that don't really matter. As you can now see, we have a list of different names that we can choose from. I think this one called Shivers On sounds really good, so I'll pick it for our channel. Now all we need to do now is paste it into the channel name box when creating a new channel. With our name done, let's really quickly grab our profile picture. Head to Leonardo using the link in the Google Doc. Once on here, hit the image creation button in the middle of the screen. This will take you to this next page. Once here, we firstly need to make sure that we change the preset option to Cinematic Kino. Once that's done, under Image Dimensions, change the ratio to 1:1, as this will make our image square. Finally, as my prompt, I'll enter Slenderman walking through a dark forest. However, you can pick whatever you want. Just try and have a horror theme. As you can see, the AI has left us with some potential profile pictures, so save one and set it as your profile picture. Alright, let's now go ahead and make our first video. Now we obviously need some video ideas, so head to the Google Doc and hit the link for vidIQ. This tool will give us an idea, as well as a title, description, and tags, all for free. Once you're on vidIQ, you want to come to their Generate tab. Once here, I'm literally just going to enter the text, a horror story. With the text in place, hit Generate. The tool is now generating us everything we need for our video. As you can see, we now have engaging keywords, a title for us to use, a description that we can paste in, as well as all our tags, and also some AI thumbnail options if we choose to use them. Alright, as this tab has a lot of the upload process stuff, leave it open and we can move on to generating our script. I'll use ChatGPT to make our script. Head to the AI tool, and I'm going to start by asking the AI to list 10 ideas for a horror story. We can literally generate 10 video ideas with the push of a button with this tool. The AI has given us back some examples, and I like this one that talks about a hiker getting lost in the woods. I think it'll make for a really engaging video, so I'm going to copy the title, paste it back into the AI, and then ask the AI to write the idea out as a story. I'm going to leave the exact prompts that I used in this video's description for you guys to try out for yourselves. As you can see, the AI has left us with a full video script that we can use. You want to read through it and decide if you're happy with the result. If you are, then the next thing you want to do is to ask the AI to generate us some Leonardo AI image generation prompts. I've specifically asked the AI to generate one for each sentence in our video, and as you can see, it's doing just that. For some reason, at least for me, the AI could only generate 10 prompts at a time. So if it does this for you, all you need to do is ask the AI to carry on. Once all your image prompts have been generated, we can go ahead and turn them into actual images, and then eventually a YouTube video. Real quick, I want to talk about my SKOOL community. If you guys are struggling to go viral on TikTok, then this is the place for you. We have a spreadsheet with over 100 niches for you to try, as well as multiple in-depth guides on exactly how to monetize on TikTok. Check it out in this video's description. In order to get our images, head to leonardo.ai using the link in this video's description. Once you're back on the image generation page, we need to make a few changes to the settings from earlier. Firstly, we want to make sure that we keep the same preset, so keep it on Cinematic Kino. However, when we scroll down, we want to change the image dimensions to 16:9 so that we can start generating our images in the YouTube format. The AI will also generate 4 images at a time. If you'd rather generate less, then you can enable legacy mode in the top right. With these settings done, we need to head back to ChatGPT and copy over our first image prompt. With it copied, we can head back to Leonardo and paste it into the prompt box. All that's left to do now is hit generate. I'm going to fast forward this bit, but you want to generate your prompts until you get a clear image of your character. Yours may come on the first set of images, however mine has come on the third. Once you're in this scenario, and you have a character you like, you need to hover your mouse over the character that you want to use, and hit this icon that has these 2 arrows. On the next page, you need to find and select character reference here on the left. What this does is it ensures that the character that we generate looks the same each time. However, as my next prompt doesn't contain the character, I'm going to hover over the option and turn it off. You now need to repeat this process for every prompt that we've gathered. Turn the character reference on if your character is in the prompt, and turn it off if they aren't. I'll skip to when all of our images are done. As you can see, we now have all our images, and I think these came out really clean. The next thing we need to do is to upscale all of our images. To do this, hover over each image and select this upscale button. This will bring up this menu with a bunch of settings. Don't worry, however, as we just need to click thorough this menu, and it will result in our image being upscaled. Now just repeat this process with every image that we've generated. I'll go ahead and skip to when this is done. With all our images upscaled, we now want to go and animate them. To do this, you want to find and select your first image. Once you're on it, you want to find this image to motion button. On the next page, you want to drag this slider to around Once that's in place, hit generate. You now need to go ahead and repeat this process for every image that you're going to use in your video. If you're on a free plan, the image may have a watermark. So to remove this, I recommend you upgrade for only $10, as it's definitely worth it to get a viral video. I'll skip to when our images are done. As you can see, Leonardo AI has left us with some images, and I think these look absolutely insane. It would take animators days to create what we just have. With our images done, we want to go ahead and download them all so that we can carry on with our video. With our images done, we now need to get our voiceover. This is the easiest step of them all, so stick with me. Head back to ChatGPT and copy over the script that we generated. Now head to ElevenLabs using the link in the Google Doc. Once you're on here, you want to hit this drop down here. This will bring up a list of voices that you can use for this style of content. If you can't find one you like, you can also check their voice library. Once you've got a voice, you want to go ahead and paste in the script that we got from ChatGPT. Once it's in place, go ahead and hit the Generate Speech button when you're happy. Once the AI has done its thing, download your voiceover. The last thing we need to grab is some background music. To do this, head to this website called Pixabay. Once you're on here, you want to click this music button to change the search criteria to music. Once it's changed, you want to go ahead and search for horror. Once the search is complete, you want to try out some music that the website has left us with. Find a few options you like and download them for your video. With this downloaded, we now have everything for our video. So let's edit it all together. To do this, I'll use CapCut. Once you're on CapCut, you want to input everything that we have gathered in this video. The first thing we want to do is find our voiceover and drag it into the timeline like so. Now, ElevenLabs isn't perfect, and there may be some spaces of dead air in our voiceover. In order to deal with these, you need to start by zooming in on your timeline. Now, in order to delete these, you need to hit B on your keyboard to bring up a splitting tool. Once you've done that, split the voiceover either side of the dead air. Now hit A and delete the dead air, and also drag the voiceover back together. You now need to do this for your entire voiceover. Trust me, it's worth to do this to get a viral video. With our voiceover now done, the next thing we need to do is to add in all our images. Drag in your images one by one onto the timeline. You want to make sure that they are in order and that they correspond with what's being said currently in the voiceover. As the Leonardo animation make your images 4-second long videos, you don't actually need to trim them. Just add them one after the other, and I'll skip to when all my images are in place. With our images done, the next thing I'll add is a transition. Head to transitions in the top left. Now on this page, you want to search for a specific one called black fade. Once you found it, drag it between your first two images. With this now in place, head to the top right of CapCut and lower the duration to about 0.2 seconds. With that done, the final thing you want to do is hit Apply to All button. This will put the transition between every single photo that we have. The next thing we need to do now is add some text to our video. Head to text the top left of CapCut. Once on here, you want to hit Auto Captions. On the next page, hit Generate. Now you may find these are a pro feature. If that's the case, you can use an editor like VN to add them for free. Once your captions are generated, you want to select them all, and then head to the top right of CapCut. Once we're here, we need to hit on templates in order to edit our text really easily. I think I'll go with this one that reveals the words like this. I'm next going to resize the text a little. I'll make it a little smaller and also drag it a little bit lower down. I'll now go ahead and add some effects to make our video more engaging. To do this, head to Effects in the top left of CapCut. I'm going to start by searching for fog. Once you've found an effect, drag it into your timeline like so. Now this effect is quite potent, and to get around this, you want to lower this atmosphere slider in the top right. This will dim down your effect a bit. Now I'd recommend adding an effect to every few images across your timeline. I wouldn't add it to all of them, as this might be a little bit overboard. We next want to add an adjustment to our video. Head to Adjustment in the top left of CapCut, and on the next page, add a custom adjustment to our video. Once it's in place, drag out the slider so it covers the whole video. Now head to the top right, and the first thing that I'll do is increase the saturation a bit to make our video more vibrant. The next thing I'll do is lower the exposure slider a bit. This will make our video a bit darker, which will fit the horror theme. Once that's done, you want to scroll down further. Once you've found the slider that says Vignette, you want to increase this to around 20. This darkens the corners of our video and adds this really cool cinematic effect. With the adjustment in place, our video is done. Hit Export in the top right. When exporting, you want to make sure that your video is in 1080p and 60 frames per second. Here's the finished video, but keep watching as I'll show you how to generate a thumbnail and post the video.
The sun was just beginning to dip below the horizon as Emily packed up her gear. The cool autumn air was crisp, the kind that carried the scent of fallen leaves and earth. She had always loved hiking, especially alone. Just her, the trail, and the serenity of nature.
Alright, we're almost done, so stick with me. We're now going to create ourselves a thumbnail for our video. This is super easy. Head back to Leonardo, and you want to find an image that we can use for our thumbnail. This has to be a still image, not an animated one, and I'll go with this. You want to download the image. You now want to head to Canva. Once you're on here, hit this option to create a YouTube thumbnail. Now I'll fast forward my creation process, but to sum it up, all I'm doing is making the image cover the entire screen. I'll also add some text that briefly describes the video, and I'll also add this gradient behind the text like so. I've done this really quickly, so I'm sure you could come up with something better. Once you're happy with your thumbnail, download it. Last step of this video, time to upload. Head to YouTube Studio and begin to upload your video. Now all you need to do here is swing back to vidIQ from the start of the video and copy over things like the description, title, and the tags. Once you've done that, your video is done and ready to post. Thanks for watching today's video. Remember to check out my SKOOL community if you really want to excel. Bye.